No. Well, now we should. Give him a sec. All right.
All right. So where we left off is that the affirmative was claiming that it's not costly to implement the DREAM Act. However, we were looking at the DREAM Act will require more funding, and will that cause tuition to increase as it pays for itself, or will it require a new federal stimulus package from the government? The DREAM Act does not provide funding to states and counties to cover the cost it imposes. Since enrollment and funding are limited at public institutions, the Act's passage will require some combination of tuition increases, tax increases to expand enrollment, or a reduction in spaces available for American citizens in those schools. So what we're saying is the DREAM Act might make some money from its applications, as the affirmative claim. However, it will not cost. It will not cover most of the costs. We'll look somewhere else. We'll look for somewhere else for that. It will look for money somewhere else, pretty much. So where does the financial funding from the DREAM Act come from? Does it come from in-states? Will it require schools to raise their in-state tuition? The DREAM Act focuses on those who go to college and get jobs, but what about those who don't? What's going to happen to the rest of the immigrants who are working here illegally or on visas? Are they going to be able to apply for school, or are they going to have the same problems they have nowadays without the DREAM Act? Thus, really making the DREAM Act not as powerful as it can be in 10 years from now. The DREAM Act will require much more funding, since the affirmative's stance and proposal is from 2011, and since we're in 2012, there has been an increase. When Governor Jerry Brown signed the bill into law, it was estimated that it would only cost the state around $14.5 million. However, the state's legislative analyst office now estimates that the DREAM Act will cost them around $65 million due to the influx of immigrants, over 4 times the amount that they had originally estimated over a year ago. It says Ashton Martin, illegals helping California go broke. So what that means is that the affirmative's proposal is not directly correlated to present-day numbers. And so President Obama and Congress says the DREAM Act would have applied to illegal immigrants who came to the U.S. before the age of 16 and have lived in the country for at least 5 years. After 10 years, about 1.2 million immigrants will likely take advantage of the program, according to estimates. And if we see the numbers that Governor Jerry Brown had given us over a year ago and see how much it has influxed and has increased, what's to expect immigrants, the price of having immigrants in the United States apply for the DREAM Act, be more costly than what it is now for regular citizens to go to school. And so what we're trying to say is that the DREAM Act will require federal funding of some sort. However, that the DREAM Act will not be able to stand alone based on its application fees, and that will cause some serious damage in the future.
How much time do you have?
You still have almost 5 minutes.